Ayan. Yay!
Ayan na.
It's like, oh, it's my first live broadcast.
Pero ba't dito? Ba't sa YouTube wala pa?
Baka may delay.
Ay, hindi. 5
Naka-live na
minutes
siya
pa
ng 13
kasi.
seconds. Ah. Baka nagsa-start yung stream
Ayan na,
in
ayan na,
ano.
ayan na.
Ah.
Ayan! We're live now. And hello sa inyo.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone! Ayan. May konting delay. Ayan. So, we have 6 million. Naririnig ko sa kabilang side. Ayan.
Pero hindi naman siya nag-echo. Kasi hindi ka naririnig dito eh.
Ay, di mo siya naririnig. Di.
Hindi. Siguro sakto lang yung pick up ng mic mo. Kaya hindi siya
Mm,
nag-echo.
sa headset. Ayan. I'd like to thank our first few viewers. So we have 10
Hello!
10 people watching right now. So one is
Awesome!
an admin whom I'm belong to. It's Catherine Ayala of W2W, and Holly Venus, who is one of my closest members in that room chat room. So welcome, and as you can see, I'm with Raphie right now. Say hello.
Hi, everyone!
So we're just waiting for a lot of viewers to tune in. Since we still have
5
5 minutes to go.
minutes. Yeah. Not 5 minutes.
Ayan. Meron pa tayong 5 minuto. Hi! Sa kapatid ni Trish, ayan, online si Pochi, si Josephine San Pedro. So, hi sa live. Welcome, welcome to Titas of the South live stream. Ayan. So, starting to warm up. So, 12 million people in the house right now. 12, 12, 12.
Laki
Ayan.
ng
So,
reach natin. So
millions.
exciting!
Kaya exciting to. Sige. Ayan. So, hintay pa natin sila. Ayan. Sandali lang.
So yung mga nakatune in ngayon, are they mostly based sa New Zealand or outside of New Zealand pa?
Actually, iba-ibang lugar. Meron sa Canada.
Ah,
We
okay.
have people in Canada. We have people in the Philippines. We have people in Wellington, New Zealand. In Auckland, New Zealand. Ayan.
Ooh.
And meron din tayo, alam ko meron mag-online from Dubai and Oman, one of my few closest friends, as well as in Singapore. So
Yeah.
we meron din kami mga kaibigan na dati talagang solid ano na kami, magkakasama, Singapore pala.
Yeah.
Ayan. At alam
Nice.
ko, siguro nanonood si Val from Australia. So sabi niya manonood siya. Ayan, so hintayin natin. So we have 17 million in the house right now, as they say.
Wow. So
Hello sa inyo.
fast.
Salamat po sa pag-join sa amin. At ayan. So, 3 minutes bago
Sige.
tayo magsimula sa proper topic natin today. Ayan. So, ayan. Josephine San Pedro, shout out to you. So, hintay-hintay muna tayo.
Sige. While waiting, meron akong tanong for you. Ano yung
Yes, go ahead.
parang pinaka-Kiwi experience mo so far? So parang yung medyo na-culture shock ka talaga.
Culture shock dito sa New
Yeah.
Zealand. Ano ba, meron ba? As far as I can okay, eto, may pinakain sa'min,
Oh.
yung dati naming landlord sa Hawke's
Mm.
Bay, sa North
Mm.
Island ng New Zealand. Pinakain kami ng boil up na food.
Yeah.
So, typical food nila yun dito, boil up yung tawag.
Yeah.
So, in Tagalog, nilaga. Alam mo
Yeah.
yung pinagandang boil up, yun.
Oo.
So, nagulat ako sa laman kasi, lahat siguro ng greens nila nilagay nila, parang malunggay, gano'n. Iba-ibang uri ng ano, ng meat. So, ayun, yun yung
Okay.
nagpa-culture shock sa'kin. At
Ah,
ito pa, 'pag naghuhugas ng pinggan, sila ang gawain ng mga Kiwi, mga New Zealanders usually, huhugasan yung pinggan ng sabon,
Mm.
yung lababo ika-clog, tapos pupunuin ng
Mm.
tubig, lalagyan ng sabon.
Yeah.
Tapos paglagay ng sabon, ilulublob nila yung mga plato dun. Huhugasan
Yeah.
nila, i-scrub nila, tapos after nun,
Yun na
itataob na
yun.
lang nila.
Ah.
Na-culture shock ako dun. Yun yung mga
Kasi
culture
may
shock
sabon
moment.
pa.
Oo, yun.
Naiintindihan
Sa'kin,
ko.
okey lang yun kasi nasanay sila 'di ba, na gano'n.
Oo.
Pero tayo siyempre iba yung culture natin
Oo.
pagdating sa paghuhugas ng pinggan.
Mm.
Ayan, one
Siguro feeling
minute.
nila napaka-wasteful, eh, 'no? Oh, these
Oo,
Asians, so wasteful of water.
ayun.
Ako naalala ko yung sobrang yung parang sobrang found it so strange na ang hilig nila magpaa. Alam mo yung ako mahilig ako magpaa sa bahay, pero hindi naman yung sa airport. So,
Oo,
naalala ko
ayan.
yun. Tsaka ano, for me yung siguro yung sobrang favorite ko talaga na yung parang experience was yung pinahiram ako ng kotse yung first time ko sila ma-meet. So
Oo.
parang may ka-meeting ako tapos parang they were asking kamusta, ano, was my first time dun sa city na yun, parang how I was getting around. Tapos sabi niya, "Oh, gusto mo hiramin mo na lang yung kotse ko. Tapos balik mo na lang pagka-ayos mo na."
Generous sila, generous ang mga New
Sobra.
Zealanders at, 'pag kakilala ka nila, they will trust you 'pag
Mm.
ano, 'pag nakasama ka na nila, pinagkakatiwalaan ka talaga nila once na makilala ka
Mm.
rin nila. So yun ang napakabait nila. Ayan, so
Yeah.
it's 7 p.m. Okay, time check. Ayan, we're going to start our live stream with Raphie Amat. So before that, I'd like to shout out to our viewers, especially our viewers in New Zealand, uh, in Wellington, Auckland, and Masterton, Singapore, sa Pilipinas, siyempre, special mention to Ate Jan V and Ma'am Catherine Ayala. Ayan. Salamat po at sa Team W2W. Sa friends natin from Canada. Ayan, si Joshua at si Kayan. They're live from Canada today. So, hello sa inyo. Shout out again kay Miss Janvi Jember. So, ayan. Thank you so much for being here. We're also looking at our friends na magjo-join from Dubai at Oman. So, welcome po. And to start off our live stream, ayan. So, you can see in your screen ang ating panauhin po ngayong gabi. Siya po ay schoolmate ko sa St. Scholastica's College, Manila. And as we call, fellow Kulasa siya. And we'd like to thank also our supporters, our Scholastican supporters who are watching right now. Nasan man kayo sa mundo. Ayan, welcome to the Titas of the South um, New Zealand live stream. Ang panauhin po natin ngayon, ang pangalan niya po ay si Raphie Amat. So isa po siyang um, licensed immigration advisor ng New Zealand at former immigration officer or manager ng Immigration New Zealand as well. So welcome po. Welcome, Raphie.
Thank you so much for having me. Sobrang excited ako. First time ko tong gawin na live stream. Yung like this interview type. So it's really great to be here. Yeah. So excited din ako actually for yung questions. Always love answering yung mga questions, no?
Okay. Feel free po na magtanong at sa bawat topic po namin, pwede po kayong magtanong ng nais nyong alamin mula po sa ating licensed immigration advisor. So hindi po ako ang sasagot at hindi rin po ako magko-conclude dahil siya po ang expert sa ating live stream ngayon. At ang topic po natin today, ito ang topic na ginawa namin ni Trish. Sasabihin ko, success story ba? Para sa amin ni Trish, ng Titas of the South, yes. Nandito na po kami sa part ng aming student pathway na nakahanap na po kami ng trabaho sa New Zealand at naghihintay na po kami ng outcome ng aming pagiging resident ngayon. So, ang topic natin, migrating to New Zealand. Student pathway nga ba ang para sa'yo? So ayan, simulan na po natin. Usisain muna natin ang kalagayan ng Pilipinas ngayon relating to COVID-19. So, kumusta naman sa Pilipinas?
Not too good, 'di ba? Parang nag-quarantine ulit na mas mahigpit, which a couple of days na lift na pero we're still under yung tinatawag na GCQ, yung general na quarantine, no? A lot of businesses are closing, maraming industry na talagang walang magawa, no? Like yung travel industry, there are some non-essentials na businesses na talagang di makapag-operate. Tsaka mahirap kasi na-overload na yung hospitals, no? Yung
Oo
sister
nga.
ko is a frontliner, so yun na talaga yung concern nila kasi parang naubusan na sila ng ability to accommodate yung mga COVID na patients kasi
Mm,
mas resource intensive din. So
mm,
medyo mahirap na yun dito.
oo. Tapos, regarding dyan, ang New Zealand naman ngayon, ang Auckland region ay nasa level 3. So that means sila po ay stay at home at the rest of New Zealand is at level 2. Yan po ang restriction ng New Zealand ngayon. Ngayon po nakabase kami sa South Island. So wala pong community transmission as of now dito sa South Island ng New Zealand. So again, thank you for watching 43 million subscribers or visitors or viewers in the house right now. Salamat po sa inyong suporta. All over the world po tayo ngayon. At sa ating topic, itatackle natin in Migrating New Zealand. Mas effective nga ba ang student pathway? Okay? Uusisain rin natin ang ever-changing rules ng New Zealand pagdating sa student visa at permanent residence visa or SMC or at WTR. So, bibigyan natin ng konting linaw 'yon mula sa ating licensed immigration advisor na si Raphie. At ngayon, ayan, simulan na natin. So, dahil nakapag-share na tayo ng situation on both of our countries, time check, it's 7:06 p.m. in New Zealand and in the Philippines, it's
3:06.
6. Okay. So, naalala ko, maagang nawala or bumaba ang cases ng COVID sa New Zealand. So, ang New Zealand tinitingala ng mundo ngayon kung paano nila mabilis na sugpo or napababa ang cases ng COVID-19 dito. Masasabi mo ba, Raphie, na ang New Zealand ngayon ay sa mga hotspot na gustong lipatan, pag-migratean, pag-aralan ng mga future students or mga gustong mag-migrate dito?
Oo, of course, parang parang nandun ulit tayo sa cycles, no, na usually meron talagang mga world events or yung localized na events sa iba't ibang country na nagto-trigger talaga ng migration. So, like one example is yung na-elect si Trump na nag-spike talaga, no, yung outward migration na interest from the US papuntang Canada and to New Zealand. Pero for us, even in the Philippines, no, parang medyo minamagnify niya lang yung mga existing na tinatawag nating push factors. So, katulad dito, no, parang medyo may issues around yung democracy, freedom, yung nangyari sa ABS-CBN na hindi makapag-renew ng franchise, and even just yung general na mismanagement, no, around yung COVID, yung protocols, containment, contact tracing, lahat yan na parang nakikita mo it's a bit of a difficult place to live. So, talagang magiging hotspot siya and I think nagiging hotspot din siya for more people na dati namang ang feeling nila medyo okay lang sila sa Pilipinas, no? Parang dahil yung political situation hindi mo maiwasan, tapos ngayon na mas may restriction, bakit nga naman, kasi nakakaingit naman 'di ba yung bago kayo nag-level 2, wala na nga nalang nagma-mask sa inyo, nagyayakapan na kayo. 'Di ba parang yung idea na puwedeng gano'n yung new normal niyo na, oo, bago nga siya, pero may the parts na gusto mo about the past nandun pa rin, safe pa rin. So, I do think naman na parang yun yung ibang factors, 'no, kung bakit sobrang magiging hotspot yung New Zealand as a destination.
Alam ko po na isa kayo sa mga business na naapektuhan ng COVID-19 sa Pilipinas dahil ang tourism industry ngayon ay talagang bumagsak. Sa mismong sa business niyo, gaano kayo naapektuhan? At kung meron pa rin
Kami,
bang nagtatanong tungkol sa pagma-migrate, continuous pa rin ba?
definitely may nagtatanong. In fact, I would say na yung ngayon parang less casual yung mga inquiry, no? Yung parang talagang decided na sila na basta magbukas yung border, sige, sibat na tayo, ganun. But in terms of yung actual na clients, no, yung mga signing on, it's a bit hard to get people to sign on kasi hindi mo alam
Mhm,
walang kasiguraduhan kung ano eksakto mangyayari. Affected din yung iba naming clients, meron yung mga na-approve sila just before no ano no, yung mga border closure, so hindi sila makalipad. Meron din naman na medyo unaffected, so yung mga onshore na clients namin, kasi meron din kaming clients na both in New Zealand and other places, other countries like in the Middle East, na yung sa Middle East, medyo okay pa sila. Hindi sila ganun ka-restricted kasi hindi siya katulad dito sa Philippines. Pero yung sa New Zealand, medyo nung una, na-affect sila nung tight na controls, no? Pero ngayon na, for the large part na nag-ooperate yung mga services, businesses,
mhm.
sila, medyo okay naman sila.
Buti
Tuloy pa
naman.
rin yung, tuloy-tuloy pa rin sila.
So ayan, ang aim kasi natin is i-feature po si Raphie today dahil gusto na rin nating malaman kung para makatulong din tayo sa kanya, para may matulungan din tayong mga kababayan natin na naghahanap ng genuine at legit na licensed immigration advisor. So, being a licensed immigration advisor, um, gaano ka iba ang isang licensed immigration advisor sa isang agency na
Mm.
nagre-recruit ng students para pumunta ng New Zealand?
Okay.
Ano difference
So,
niya?
mm. Siyempre I'm gonna speak generally, no? Kasi once upon a time, agent din ako, no? Kasi diba, na-mention mo na ex-immigration ako. Yung last na job ko doon, I was an immigration manager. So, ako yung nagmamanage ng mga nag-approve ng visa. Meron
This is
slam down period
with
sa,
Immigration New Zealand, right? In
yes,
Bangkok,
Immigration New Zealand, in Manila. Yung time na
in
yun, Manila
Manila.
na. So, I did spend some time doon sa Bangkok office, no? I worked there. Pero yung, when I was an immigration manager sa Philippines na yun. Um, so, there was a time na ako, agent din ako, no? Kasi may stand-down period. So, pag ikaw
Mhm.
nag-work ka for Immigration New Zealand, hindi ka talaga pwede malisensya for a certain amount of time.
Correct.
So, hindi naman ibig sabihin na basta agent ka, nako, shoddy na yan, no? Parang kaduda-duda. Merong agents na okay, merong hindi. Merong licensed advisors na okay, merong mas magaling. So, parang kahit anong profession yan, may levels yan. But in general, no, meron talagang significant na differences. So, unang-una is yung sa services na pwedeng i-offer. So, number one, ang agents kasi, ang pwede lang nila gawin is kung offshore sila, so outside of New Zealand, pwede lang sila magyaya ng students. So, yun
Okay.
lang yung pwede nilang panghawakan, no? Um, may effect yun sa'yo, no? Kung ikaw yung nagtatry mag-migrate. Number one is, wala silang ability na i-consider yung other immigration objectives nyo, no? So, kunwari dun sa case ninyo, no? Yung intention nyo might not have necessarily been na mag-aral talaga. It was to
Mm-mm.
migrate, no?
Mm-mm.
Or, to work abroad in the very least. So sila, hindi sila nasa posisyon na pwede silang mag-advise sa'yo tungkol sa work visas, sa resident visas. So hindi nila pwedeng i-connect-connect yung mga yon.
Ito yung mga
Uh,
agency, just to be
yung
clear.
mga
Ito yung
agents.
agency. Okay.
Oo. So, on practical note, di sila pwede mag-process ng ano, no, ng visas for yung dependent. So, kung sakaling sasama yung family members mo, yung
Ikaw
wife
ang
and kids,
mag-aasikaso.
oo, hindi nila pwedeng gawin yon.
Mm.
Isang significant factor din kasi dyan is wala actually requirement na any study or experience para maging agent, no? Difference sa licensed immigration advisor is meron siyang mandatory na study in New
Mm.
Zealand. So, the program is a New Zealand-based program. And may minimum siya ngayon na 2 years na supervision. So, hindi
So,
ka pa pwede
nag-aral po talaga
mag-operate.
kayo dito
Oo.
para
So,
maging
oo. So, graduate ako actually ng Toyo Humay. So, meron akong graduate diploma from them. Although by distance ko siya today. Kasi the program itself is not offered na
of
physical na face-to-face, no?
onshore.
So
Yeah.
even kung nasa New Zealand ka, all the classes are online. So, yun yung some of the key differences, no? Na parang, siguro isa pa na medyo related doon, no? Is because ang agents can only do student work. Mapapansin nyo na very adamant sila dun sa pag-push nung yung nire-represent nila na schools, no? That's because reliant sila on commissions. So, the
Okay.
problem is, pag lahat ng income mo comes from a commission, yun yung iniisip mo. Not always yung welfare ng client. So,
Mm-hmm.
there are some,
Okay.
there are some agencies na do zero fees. I have no problem with them. A lot of them have good outcomes, no? Pero you think about that din from an interest perspective na kung ikaw, nangingibaw ba talaga yung interest mo as a consumer? Kasi, paano sila kumikita pag hindi ka pumunta dun sa school na hindi nila nire-represent? So,
Mm-mm. Tama.
yun yung isang i-consider mo. It's also the reason why, kunwari ako, as a licensed advisor, nag-charge ako ng fees. Hindi ako kaya makipag-compete dun sa agents na gano'n, na nagzi-zero fees or mababa yung fees. Kasi, in yung practice ko personally, kahit yung schools na hindi namin nire-represent, nagbe-vet kami and pinipili namin kung ano yung pinaka-fit sa'yo. So, hindi kasi
Okay.
practical na lahat ng schools i-represent namin, di ba? So, minsan,
Mer
kung
meron
very
kasi
niche,
akong
no?
meron na kasi akong mga kaibigan, I won't mention their names, pero
Yeah.
syempre, we just heard from them na pinangakuan sila. Kunyari,
Mm.
oh, kunin mo tong course na to dahil pagkatapos nito, trabaho na lang. Dahil tinignan ko na yung points mo sa points checker ng ng Immigration New Zealand na skilled migrant. Trabaho na lang. Pasok ka na sa points, magiging
Mm.
resident ka na. I think you can give clarity on paano ba ang mangangako ka ba,
Mm.
magpapadala ba tayo sa ganong
Mm.
pangako ng mga agency or sino man na nag-aalok na madaling makapunta ng New Zealand, magsu-student ka lang, ganyan.
Mm. Well, number one, yung agent, hindi siya dapat nag-a-advise, no, na tungkol dun yung sa points checker. Kasi in reality, yung points checker, maganda siya pang track, no, kung alam mo yung policy behind it. Ang problema kasi
Mhm.
dyan is, I think, di ba, yung parang sa experience nyo, there were things na akala nyo pwede nyong i-claim tapos hindi pala.
Yun,
So,
nung nagtanong
yun
kami
yung
sa'yo
problema
noon,
doon.
akala ko yung points na yan ay para sa akin, pero hindi pala. Ayun,
Oo.
tama ka dun.
So, marami yan. Like, siguro ang pinaka-basic no, sa mga Pilipino is ka-claim sila dun sa work experience. Tapos, pag in-assess ko, actually, hindi nyo pwede i-claim yung work experience for a number of reasons. So, bababa sila beyond yung threshold, no? Babagsak sila. So, hindi nila maaabot yung para sa invitation, no? Para makapag-apply ng residence.
Para lang po sa
So,
mga nanonood, ang New Zealand po ay may requirement na minimum number of points based sa iyong qualification, experience, at trabaho para ikaw ay makapag-submit ng expression of interest. Tama po ba yun?
yeah, tama yun. So, merong minimum para makapag-submit ng expression and then merong higher pa na threshold para ma-invite ka mag-apply. So, practically, kung hindi mo maabot no, yung points, pinapublish naman nila yung points eh. Yung threshold para dun sa invitation, no, wala masyadong point kasi parang for the past couple of years, hindi na siya bumaba eh. So, kung hindi ka abot, I wouldn't recommend na mag-submit ka nun nung tinatawag na expression of interest.
At honest
So,
po kayo sa lahat ng kliyente nyo na naghahanap ng option, paano ba kami makaka-migrate ng New Zealand, ano po bang best option. Alam ko, honest naman po ang licensed immigration advisors sa
mm,
pagbigay ng ano sa kanila options. Tama po ba?
tama yun. Of course, meron a few bad eggs every now and then, pero in general, meron. Which, no, brings me dun sa second point ng difference ng licensed immigration advisor, which is mas mataas talaga ang consumer protection. So, yung mga LIA na tinatawag natin is governed by yung isang, kumbaga parang board, no? It's called the IAA, Immigration Advisors Authority, na if meron kang issues with yung licensed advisor, hindi mo ma-resolve with them, pwede kayong mag-lodge ng formal complaint. So if if yung decision ng complaint is nagkamali talaga yung advisor, nag-iiba yung penalties. Minsan may financial penalty dun sa advisor. It can be jail time, yung i-mandate, no, for serious offenses.
Yes.
And then there's also possibly recovering yung cost, no. So kunwari yung binayad yung professional fees, if meron silang grounds for yung dun sa complaint na na-uphold yung complaint, posible din yun. So you'll never get that, no, sa agent.
Kasi 'di ba minsan may mga Pinoy na napapasubo kasi desperado na eh. So, ito na yung pera, lakarin mo na yung papel ko, makapasok lang ako. Pero hindi nila nakukuha tama ba? Hindi ba nila nakukuha yung point na kapag sumablay yung agency, hindi na nila mababalik yung binigay nilang pera. May mga ganun din ba? Tama ba?
Meron talagang cases na ganun, na parang naalala ko may time na meron kaming ini-investigate kasi inisyuhan sila nung agent, no? This was several years ago. Yung agent, binigyan sila ng mga fake na visa. So basically, nag-photoshop, tapos binigyan ng photocopy nung photoshoп nila. Tapos siguro nasa office namin, mga 12 sila na nagreklamo na lahat sila ganun, na fake yung visa. Syempre kami, immigration ako at the time, na-check namin sa system na fake yun. So, yung problem nila ganun, na parang usually pagka ganyan na mga cases, at least 100,000. Yung, in my experience, usually at least 100,000 yung nawawala sa kanila. Pataas. So,
ganun kalaki ang binabayad nila sa mga fees pa lang. So, on top pa yan ng tuition fee at cost of living na show money.
Oo. So,
kung 2 million yung nagastos namin, may 2 million, 100,000 ba dapat? Para lilipad na yung 100,000. Oo. So, ayan.
So, yun well, to be fair sa kanila, hindi nila gastos yung 2 million kasi hindi sila natuloy, Kasi hindi totoo yung, hindi legit yung school. Pero yun yung hirap nun, and I think yun, para na-mention ko sa'yo before, na ang difference din, in terms of customer protection is ang licensed immigration advisor, meron talaga siyang professional na requirements. For example, kailangan may kontrata kayo. Yung fees, pagka pinagbayad kayo in advance, naka-hold yun in a separate account. So, bawal nilang gastusin until nagawa na nila yung work.
Sa mga nanonood, hindi po binubulsa ng licensed immigration advisor agad-agad ang mga binayad nyo. Meron po silang trust kung saan ito itinatago kung sakaling may mangyari sa application, may reklamo. Tama po ba?
Oo. So, let's say, for example, depende dun sa terms ng kontrata nyo, Let's say, for example, nagbayad ka in full, binayaran mo yung full amount, pero let's say, hindi ka tutuloy kasi minsan nang nangyayari yun, namamatayan, ganyan. So, yun, nagde-decide silang hindi tumuloy. Doon wini-withdraw yung So, binabawas lang yung the fees that are owed for yung work na nagawa na. And then, yung iba, pwedeng i-refund sa kliyente. So, yung design talaga nun, yung design ng IAA, yung licensing system, ginawa talaga siya para i-protect yung consumer, na tama yung advice na nakukuha. Kasi minsan, significant yung impact niya sa'yo. So, let's say, for example, sa inyo, di ba? 2 million, kung nagkamali kung gumamit kayo ng agent, nagkamali, wiped out na kayo. So, baka yun na yung buong savings ninyo. So, malaki talaga yung effect ng bad advice.
At gusto rin namin malaman, advisable ba sa mga aspiring student visa holders in the future na dali ng kanilang pamilya? Kasi may mga courses like level 8 pataas na pwede nilang dali ng kanilang asawa at anak. Based sa experience namin, meron kaming mga kaibigan na hirap mag-aaral, tapos nagsusustento ng anak na kasama, 4 ang anak, 5 ang anak na kasama sa New Zealand. So, hirap na hirap silang itaguyod yung pamilya nila. So, sa tingin niyo po ba, advisable din ito?
Depends dun sa situation ng family, realistically, minsan, mas well-off yung ibang families, afford nila, okay sila, yung prepared sila na for a few months, kaya nila na they live off yung savings, and minsan, just psychologically, important yun for them, nakasama yung family. Pero I think yung for, in general, I would recommend na nauuna yung estudyante.
Okay.
Because number one, mas mababa yung cost, especially around rent. Number
Mm.
two, na hahayaan mo yung sarili mo to get familiar, no? Kasi New
One
Zealand's a
point
very...
out. Ang rent po sa New Zealand ay weekly, hindi po
Mm-mm.
monthly, hindi po bi-weekly. Usually, eto, weekly po. So, kailangan nyo talaga magtrabaho ng maigi para magbayad ng weekly na rent.
Mm-mm.
On top pa dyan yung transportation
Mm-mm.
at yung mobile expenses, food expenses.
Mm-mm.
So, dapat i-account nyo na po yan bago kayo mag-decide. Tama po ba?
Yes. And parang kayo, familiar kayo with yung rental rates. When I say malaki yung difference, malaki talaga siya. Like, as a student, meron akong makakakilala na they were on, yung nagfa-flat share sila for rent. So, tingin sa $75 sila a week. Pero, pag may pamilya ka, tas, let's say, family of 4, baka ang rent yun
Mm.
nasa $300 to $400 a week. So, ang laki ng difference niya, no? Tsaka, syempre, yung mga anak mo naman, hindi mo naman pwedeng, 'di ba? Parang mahirap na hayaan mong dumaan sila sa gano'n na yung sobrang nahihirapan. So, as a
Tapos
parent,
may rule pa ang New Zealand na below 13 years old, bawal iwanan sa bahay. Tama po
yes.
ba yun?
I'm not
So,
sure kung 13, pero
yung
meron,
may
young
certain age na
children.
hindi mo pwedeng iwanan. So, automatic daycare expenses po yan kung parehas kayong
Mm,
mag-asawa na magtatrabaho.
oo. Tsaka hindi siya parang, 'di ba? Hindi siya parang sa Pilipinas na lagi kang may kamag-anak na masasabing
Yes.
na pakibantayan yung mga bata, no? Yun ang isang talagang different na experience para sa mga migrant. Yun. So, ayun, to go back no, to finish answering yung question mo na mas maigi ba? Ako generally, ang recommendation ko is mauna yung student. Even if a month or two,
Mm.
kasi yung familiarity din na yun will give them a bit of clarity, no? Para yung partner nila, kung yung partner lang muna yung susunod or kasama yung mga bata, may time na yun nakapag-scout na sila ng schools, na medyo nakapag-isip-isip na sila ng ano bang didiskarte nila around yung work. Kasi kung yung partner naka-work visa, pwedeng mag-work. Pero siguro slight correction lang dun sa sinabi mo, no, is ngayon ang pwede na sumama na partners, like across the board, master's pataas. So master's PhD. Yung level 8, anything na level 7, level 8, kailangan nasa long-term skill shortage para
Okay.
mag-qualify yung partner.
Sa mga viewers natin na gustong mag-aral sa New Zealand, ayan, kakasabi lang po ni Raphie, level 7, level 8, kailangan nasa long-term shortage skills list. So, ang long-term shortage skills list po ay available online. Bukas po yan. Makikita nyo yung mga professions na kasama dyan.
Yeah. So, ang mahirap kasi dyan is usually bachelor yan. So, 3 taon na pag-aaral. So, most people will not want to do a bachelor. Tapos very few ang mga hindi bachelor, no, na nakasali dun sa list that would qualify.
Okay. Sa pag-a-apply naman po ng student visa, um, gaano at ano-ano yung mga basic requirements na dapat nating tandaan?
Hmm.
Na or
Well, so number one, you will need yung tinatawag na offer of place. Offer of place is yung, kumbaga, yung acceptance mo for enrollment, no, from yung school. So, lahat ng kalakip no na requirements na nag-apply ka sa isang school, you need to do that. Kailangan meron kang offer, no. Usually, immigration will want to see na meron din kayo nung, IELTS or yung kung ano man yung acceptable na English language test na tinanggap ng school. Kasi
Mm.
part yun ng entrance requirements ng school.
Sa experience namin ni Trish, ang IELTS na kinuha namin sa Singapore dati, nagkakahalaga ng almost $300. So, nasa mga 11,000 to 12,000 pesos yata yun. Yun. So,
Yeah.
isa yun sa mga cost na kailangan
Yes.
mong paghandaan. At
Mm.
kailangan ipasa, depende sa level
Yes.
ng pag-aaral at hinihingi ng school. Tama po?
Oo. Lalo na yung no, kasi 'di ba na-mention natin na mas maganda yung fringe benefits kung masters, no? Mas mataas din ang English requirement ng masters. So, hindi
Ah.
siya, oo, kasi mas advanced yung level ng study. So, kailangan assured sila na yung makakasabay ka dun sa tinuturo. mahalaga dyan is yung funds. Ang funds na requirement, kailangan mo for yung tuition and for yung maintenance. So, dumadami yan yung maintenance funds. Yung maintenance funds, ibig sabihin lang nun is ano ba yung binabaon nyo para dun sa pang-araw-araw nyo. And yun naman, dumadami yan yung nire-require nilang ipakita mo if meron kang family na kasama na magmamigrate or lilipat kasama ka.
Sa medical naman po, X-ray lang po ba or may option din na i-full medical na nila?
Ang minimum requirement is X-ray, no? Depende yan kung saan ka galing. Meron kasing places na mataas yung incidence ng TB like the Philippines, a lot of places in the Middle East, no? So for most people required talaga yung chest X-ray. Now, optional kung gusto mo mag-medical, yung full medical, yan yung may blood work na kasama, ganyan. Usually, nire-recommend ko yan sa clients. May potential na medyo tumagal, no, yung pag-process ng visa application mo in case meron silang makitang findings. Pero kasi, ang perspective namin is no surprises. Bago ka mag-invest, alamin mo na kung magkaka-concern sa'yo si immigration o hindi. Kesa yung gumastos ka ng ganun kalaking pera, tapos only to find out, pag nag-full medical ka para dun sa work visa, ma-disqualify ka kasi hindi pala okay yung health mo. So, yun yung risk na minamanage.
Okay. Ayan. Alam nyo na po ang mga dapat yung paghandaan bukod sa pera. So, malaking factor po ang pera sa pagiging student pathway. So, hindi po yan biro. At pag-aralan po ninyo or mag-consult po kayo sa katulad ni Raphie, isang licensed immigration advisor, kung ano options na pwede sa inyo. Kasi ang student pathway, it doesn't fit everyone. Hindi ito para sa lahat.
That's true.
Lalo na depende sa bansa na papasukan mo, lalo na nag-iiba ang kanilang mga patakaran or laws. Alam ko kakabago lang ng ulit. Tama ba? Ngayon?
Meron mga nagbago. Kailangan medyo specific ka kung alin kasi kung license ka, para nakukuha mo, baka every 2 weeks merong bagong palit eh. Pero siguro, baka yung yung very significant is yung dun sa work visas. Not really related masyado dun sa mga yung mga students kasi usually they go on a different type of visa, which yun hindi nagbago. So more of yung basically yung parang generic na work visa, yun yung na-affect talaga.
Sa mga students, ano pong level yung makakakuha ng post-study open work visa? So, ito yung visa type na pwede kang magtrabaho pagkatapos mo mag-aral sa kahit anong kumpanya, kahit ilang trabaho pa, at ilang oras pa. Tama po? Tama? Ayun.
Sige. Ang post-study work visa, ang eligibility niyan is based on a couple of factors. One is ano yung level ng study. So, sa atin kasi, medyo iba kasi yung system nila, no? Meron siyang yung tinatawag na qualification framework between 1 and 10. 10 yung PhD, 1 parang medyo high school na components yan. Yung familiar tayo sa yung bachelor, sa kanila 7 yon. So, para lang may reference point tayo, no? So, ang eligibility for post-study work visas, nagsa-start yan actually sa 4. 4, 5, 6, 7 pataas. Pero, nagva-vary yung amount of time that you need to study. So, kung nagtatake ka ng mga lower level courses, no, below level 7, minimum yan na 2 years of study in New Zealand. Kung nasa ka naman, kung nasa level 7 pataas, meron kang at least 1 year para mag-qualify ka. Pero, even then, no, ang difference naman is yung kahabaan ng visa. So, different siya. Merong 1 years, merong 2 years, merong 3 years na post-study work visa.
Okay. So, guys, mag-research din tayo kung anong papasukan natin. At usually, ang hinahanap mo ay yung kung anong tinapos mo as a bachelor's degree. Yun yung susunod na course na the same din sa kukuhanin mo for level 8?
Kung level 8, oo.
Or level 9?
Pagka level 8 saka level 9, no, yung structure kasi ng course, no, ng gano'n na programs is advanced siya. So talagang hindi siya designed para mag-shift ka into a new field sa level 8 and level 9.
Okay. And nasabi po nagkaroon ng changes before na hindi na ino-honor ang experience mula sa certain countries, at alam ko Philippines
That's
is
true.
included. So yung past
Yes.
experience mo, working experience mo sa Pilipinas, hindi na siya kasama 'pag nag-apply ka ng, um, skilled migrant residency?
So, in general, that's right. Pero marami kasing fine print yung policy na yan. So, there are a
Yes.
couple of ways to go around it, no? So, there are certain things na pag na-meet mo siya, pwede. So, let's say, for example, if you have a job offer in New Zealand that's considered skilled, you could then claim the points, no? So, um, and this is bakit yung sinasabi ko sobrang ano 'no, yung hindi talaga qualified yung kahit sino to just use yung accurately yung points checker. Kasi marami talaga siyang interlinked na policy 'no, na na-affect yung eligibility. So, the general situation is most people will not be able to claim yung points na gano'n 'no. Pero there are some instances na puwede.
Oh, okay. Um, regarding sa mga schools na dapat nilang tignan
Mm,
from Auckland to Bluff, dulo
mm.
ng New Zealand, ano po ang mai-recommend niyo kapag naghahanap sila ng school?
Ah,
At
well,
lugar na pagsa-stayan?
Siguro sa'min 'no, parang there are a couple of different factors na kino-consider namin 'pag nagpa-place ng student. Kasi determine talaga yan ng preferences mo. So one is availability ng ano 'no, nung study. Minsan very specialized yung course. So in New Zealand kasi, for those who aren't familiar 'no, maliit kasi yung country 'no, in terms of yung population. So hindi
Yes,
sila parang sa Pilipinas na madaming-madaming university tapos lahat ng courses ino-offer sa lahat ng madaming university na yun. So sa kanila, may tendency na regional 'no, so merong, certain schools in certain regions, and some regions might specialize in certain areas of study. So, yun yung isang factor. So, ano bang gusto mong aralin? Kasi baka hindi siya widely available. Baka may certain places lang na pwede mong puntahan. Second siguro is yung ano 'no, price point. Price point, will determine din kung anong type of school yung dapat mong puntahan. The learning style na gusto mo is another factor. Uh, and yung where you want to live 'no.
kung
Personally, I
magpa
don't recommend Auckland,
kung ako po
kasi napakamahal.
yun, napakamahal sa Auckland, okay.
Napakamahal sa Auckland and ano 'no, yung na-mention ko yung dun sa post-study work visas. Currently, meron talagang intention yung policy na i-encourage yung mga tao na lumabas ng Auckland. Kaya may certain courses
Yes.
na mas mahaba yung post-study work visa pagka tinake mo outside of Auckland. Pero,
So, ibig sabihin po,
mm,
just to, malinawan lang sila lalo, 'pag nag-aral ka sa Auckland, hindi the same yung length or haba ng post-study work visa na ibibigay sa'yo, compared sa
sometimes depende sa course.
nag-aral ka sa
Mm,
ibang lugar, okay.
yeah,
In
there are
in in
certain courses.
in migration perspective, 'pag nag-apply ka ng residency, may bawas ba sa points kapag sa Auckland ka nakatira, nagtatrabaho, 'pag nag-apply ka mula doon versus sa labas?
Wala siyang bawas pero may dagdag 'pag sa iba. So
Wala siyang
so
bawas, pero may
oo,
plus. May
yes.
okey.
So, let's say for example 'no, ma-meet mo yung skilled employment na requirement, you claim points for that, there are bonus points for being outside of Auckland. So,
Okey.
kung ano 'no, let's say for example sa Christchurch ka, may bonus yun. So, minsan yung ibang tao kailangan talaga nila yung bonus para maabot yung points.
Okey. Um, on medyo lilihis lang ako ng konti kasi
Mm,
maraming sitwasyon ngayon na nangyayari, halos marami ding nagpo-post tungkol dito, um, yung delay ng mga
mm,
pag-approve ng mga residency visas na nag-apply
mm,
through skilled migrant.
yes.
Ano bakit may viewpoint po ba kayo bakit naiiba yung queue sa
Bakit siya
priority at
nangyayari?
non-priority? Bakit siya nangyayari?
Yes.
As a former, case officer and immigration manager.
Mm. Alright. So, siguro yung framework kasi na kailangan, maintindihan dito is may quota kasi yung residence approvals, no?
Yes.
Yung problem kasi niyan is yung quota determined yan every couple of years. So, the last time na nagkaroon ng quota was yung coverage niya hanggang December 2019 lang.
Mm.
So, dapat magkakaroon ng panibago nitong January, pero nagka-COVID, na-delay. So, hindi na-refresh yung places. So, ang problem doon is hindi pwedeng mag-process at full speed si immigration or at yung normal speed nila kasi hindi sila pwedeng lumagpas doon sa i-establish na quota. Ang
Di
problem
hindi
doon is,
hindi hindi po dahil gusto nilang bagalan yung proseso. Meron
oo,
din
hindi,
meron palang quota na i-reach
oo,
bawat year,
meron
okey.
siyang quota. Yung iba, no, parang baka nagtataka sila bakit may quota. May quota kasi marami talagang factors na involved, no, pag naging resident ka. So, say for example, yung demand niya on yung healthcare system kasi
Mhm.
nagkakaroon ka ng access sa public healthcare, no. Yung ano rin, yung sa benefit, like if you're going to go with yung MSB, no, like unemployment benefit, yung job seeker benefit, marami siyang iba-iba, no. Siguro ang nakakapaglagay din ito sa perspective is the fact na even from the years before nung pinakahuling quota is malaki yung difference.
Mm.
So, before nitong last, no, yung nag-end ng 2019. Yung nag-end kasi ng 2019, ang quota nila was between 50 to 60,000, no, from July
Meron tayong
until,
question. I'm sorry to
sure,
interrupt.
sure.
From Ole Umpa, puwede bang mag-apply ulit ng student visa after ending your work visa coming from a student visa? So, nag-student na sila, nagkaroon na sila ng work visa, gusto pa ulit nilang mag-apply as a student
Yes, kung higher yung course mo,
kung higher
pwede
ang
siya.
course na kukunin. Okay.
Yes.
Hindi naman mai-impede yung pagbigay sa'yo ng post-study work visa ulit? Hindi ba siya masho-shorten?
Hindi.
Hindi,
So,
same rule
ano siya,
applies.
no? Oo. So, ano ka rin kasi yan eh. Pero yung policy, no, design siya, let's say, for example, if you wanted to take yung levels 5 and 6, tapos nag-post-study work visa, tapos nagtuloy ka ng bachelor, you can still get that. So, ang key
Okay.
dyan is you need to get a higher course, higher
Hmm.
qualification. And problem mo eh, kung nag-masters ka, magpi-PhD ka, sure ka. Kasi PhD is not for everyone, no?
Correct. Yes, yes. And
So,
on another note, yung mga nurses natin sa Pilipinas, kasi may
mhm,
mga kaibigan ako na nurse na sana sana makapunta kami diyan,
mhm,
makapagtrabaho na
yes.
na hindi na kailangang mag-aral. Meron po bang option na gano'n based sa kanilang experience sa Pilipinas?
Technically, wala. Even yung mga yung mga hindi nagsu-student visa na nurses, meron talagang short program involved yung tinatawag na CAP, Competency
Okay.
Assessment Program. So, ang nangyayari kasi dyan is basically, you need to be invited to take yung CAP. It's a short program, so ginagawa lang yan on a visitor visa. Mapapansin mo,
Hmm.
no, sinabi ko visitor visa. It's another reason why hindi motivated ang agents to get you into the shorter program kasi they
Ayun,
can't assist
oo.
with visitor visas. Whereas a licensed advisor can. So, 'di ba? Parang ang laki ng difference both between and time and money, no? Kung mag-aaral ka ng like a program that's about maybe 6, 8 weeks versus
Mm,
taking a full year course.
mm. So, kumbaga wala rin silang kikitain kapag
Yeah, actually,
ah,
usually wala rin commissions around yung cap. Kasi
mm,
very popular siya, no? So if you're not earning off yung yung may professional fees kayo, and yun talaga barred sila from doing it. Kasi even yung education providers will not engage sa kanila if it's an agent kasi hindi sila pwede mag-ganon.
okay. With regards naman po sa mga naka-work to residency or WTR, apektado
Mhm.
po ba sila ng current na nangyayari na may priority and non-priority? Saan po sila papasok sa queue, sa pila? Kapag ikaw ay naka-WTR last year, kailan
Mm.
talaga bang makukuha mo yung residency after 2 years or sasama ka pa sa pila ng current na inaasikaso?
Sasama ka sa pila. So,
So
ang work to residence kasi is still just a work visa, no?
Okay.
Mag-a-apply ka pa ng residence kasi hindi siya automatic na pagka natapos mo yung time is automatic na gina-grant yung residence or
Okay.
nagko-convert siya on its own. That's because meron talagang requirements for you to qualify. So let's say for example, no, there might be yung work to residence na ano no na related to yung accredited employer.
Mhm.
Let's say ganon, you need to have actually worked for yung accredited employer. So, if hindi mo
Mm.
ginawa yun dun sa kabaan ng 2 years, hindi mo makukuha yung residence. So, meron
Okay.
talagang check na nangyayari at that point, kaya ina-apply siya separately. So, ina-apply siya, pero hindi na nag-a-apply yung point system sa kanila. Kasi ibang
Okay.
visa category siya.
Alright. Kasi nangangamba rin yung mga kababayan natin dito sa New Zealand na kung mahaba na ang proseso ng queue ng non-priority, paano yung mga
Yes.
WTR, sasama pa ba sila sa queue? So yes, sila ay pipila talaga sa queue hanggang matapos po yung year. Okay.
Siguro ang suggestion ko niya 'no, actually yan yung isang medyo nagiging hot topic sa'min ng mga licensed advisors kasi time sensitive yan. Merong certain applications na need to be applied within a time frame.
Okay.
So or yung within yung currency nung visa mo 'no, so bago mag-expire yung work to residence visa mo. Kung hindi, ma-a-affect yung eligibility mo. So, important yon na pasok kayo dun sa time frames kasi it can set you back. So, meron din examples like ano 'no, parang before minsan nagpo-process kami ng ano, ng yung nung nasa immigration pa ako 'no, po-process kami ng yung mga permanent resident visas, which are different pa from resident visas 'no. Yun yung parang forever na talaga na resident visa. um, Nagkamali sila, naging late sila ng apply. So, ang
Mm.
nangyari is kailangan nilang mag-start ulit from SMC. So, meron iba naman na
Oh.
kasi hindi nila in-apply on time, meron naman na mag-iintay sila ulit para ma-meet nila yung, meron kasi yung ano, commitment criteria. So, hahaba siya ulit. Pwedeng humaba yan by years. So, yun yung talagang, ano, no, yung expertise around that, yun yung value ng no, licensed advisor.
Tapos balik po tayo sa mga schools.
Yes.
Meron po ba kayong mga kasi meron nangyari dati, nagsara or ipinasara ng New Zealand ang isang school.
Mhm.
So lahat ng estudyante na nag-aaral dun, nakahang sila kung makakakuha ba
Mm.
sila ng certificate after nila mag-aral. So, ano po
Mm.
ba ang dapat nating tandaan sa pagpili ng school?
I think number one, no, is research. Yun talaga yung important, no. Medyo wag tayong masyadong pikit mata, no, doon sa advisor, or doon sa, no, sa agent. Um, sa akin naman, I think, wala naman din kaming experience na gano'n, no, na yung estudyante na punta sa gano'ng klaseng school. And part of that is yung internal process namin ng vetting, no. Nung mga schools, we make sure na we're in touch with them. So, part of it is, baka yung first line of defense mo rin is getting a good advisor or a good agent na kung decided ka naman talaga mag-aral, consider getting one.
Okay, alright. Um, Naghihigpit na nga ba ang New Zealand simula nung, let's say nung nandun pa po kayo sa posisyon niyo as a immigration,
Mhm.
manager, hanggang ngayon sa tingin niyo po ba naghihigpit na talaga sila in terms of migrants and the one entering in New Zealand?
I do think na medyo may change, no? Definitely, a lot of that has to deal with yung change of government, no? Kasi yung na-mention ko, no, yung residence program na huli, it was somewhere between, parang 50 to 60,000. Before that,
Mm.
it was 85 to 95,000. So malaki yung difference, no? Nag-drop talaga siya. And a lot of that has to do with the current government. So even yung itong upcoming elections, no, I think are gonna happen in October, medyo magde-determine din kung gaano ka-tight pa rin sa migrants, no? And syempre yung COVID din, no, has displaced a lot of people from employment. So there's also a
Mm.
possibility na medyo ano no, maging mas tough sila on work visas. possibly pwedeng mas mababa yung yung resident na na quota. Although hindi ko masyado nakikita yon na yung i-drop nila significantly for that yung yung residence quotas kasi skilled people yon who are already
We have
contributing.
a question from one of our viewers. Advisable po ba magka-visit or tourist visa muna bago mag-apply for work visa? Ayan. Ibang
Mm,
topic. Pero tapusin niyo muna yung
okay.
i-discuss niya bago natin sagutin.
Yeah. So, ayun lang. Parang, I think na, in a sense, reflection siya ng yung government that has been put in place. Pero, in terms of naman, yung kung hindi residents na quotas, no? Actually, the past couple of years, tumataas talaga yung students na pupunta. Part of that is because quality of education is really good. Secondly, nakikita talaga na it's a good place for opportunity, no? And sometimes, baka yung ending mo, no, sa New Zealand ka, but maybe it's a stepping stone to somewhere else.
Yes.
So, yun din kasi yung kagandahan sa New Zealand education, no? There are a couple of qualifications na they're really internationally recognized. So, like engineering na mga degree niya, they're equivalent. May equivalent siya dun sa ibang places. So, mas nagkakaroon ka ng opportunities globally.
Okay. Yun. Nasagot na po ba or isagutin
Yung
natin yung
question,
tanong? Is
pwede
ad
naman.
okay,
Or
advisable
malilimutan ba natin?
advisable
Sige.
po ba mag-visit or tourist visa muna bago mag-apply ng work visa or work sa New Zealand?
Ang suggestion ko diyan is ang sagot ko diyan is depende dun sa sitwasyon mo. So, kung ikaw yung type ng tao na afford mo naman talaga magbakasyon dun, hindi magsa-suffer yung quality ng buhay mo. Kung kunwari, hindi ka makahanap ng trabaho tas uuwi ka, then okay lang siyang gawin. 'Di ba? Parang syempre kailangan maka visitor visa ka, mag-grant ka ng visitor visa. So, kung sa'yo, prepared ka na mag-invest ng isang vacation, no? Kasi sakali na talagang hindi ka makakuha ng job, okay kang bumalik. Ang reality kasi niyan is, kasi ang tawag namin dyan is yung Luxidicide, no? Yung Luxidicide na yan, mahirap talaga makakuha ng job offer using that. Kasi wala kang
Ah,
work rights. So,
mm,
even if mag-attend ka ng interviews, usually hahanapan ka ng work rights na meron ka bang work visa, pwede ka ba naming
mm,
i-hire? Usually, mahirap talaga na makahanap ka ng employer na sasabihin na sobrang galing mo naman talaga, kukunin ka na namin. So, kahit nandito ka, visitor visa, intay ka lang muna dyan, tapos kukuha ka namin ng work visa. Part of it is cost, no? Kasi kung ginanon ka ng employer, baka 2 months yon i-process yung visa mo. So, ibig sabihin
so
nun,
hindi rin siya hire ka namin ngayon, bukas magsimula ka na, gano'n. Hindi din kasi
hindi siya ganun. Kasi
dadaan ka
naka-work
sa
visa
proper
eh.
channel, oo. Dadaan ka talaga sa proper channel.
Tsaka,
Ayan.
ang employer, generally, hindi nila ita-take yung risk na yun. Kung syempre above board yan na employer, syempre iba yung under the table na trabaho. Kung yan, yung a job worth having, no? They won't do it kasi ang taas ng penalty sa kanila pag nahuli sila. So, there's
Hmm,
also possibly jail time pag ginagawa nila yun, if I'm not mistaken. So, I'd have to
hmm.
check that no, yung sa jail time. Pero, they're pretty hard on, exploitation in New Zealand.
Paano naman po yung meron kasing instances na i-exploit yung mga kapwa nating Pilipino. Ano po ba ang tips para ma-avoid natin ito? Dapat po ba may kontrata bago ka pumasok sa isang kumpanya or agreement? Ano po ba ang dapat tandaan ng isang student at magiging holder ng post-study work visa?
Definitely, dapat meron kayong written agreement. So, kasama yun doon sa employment law, no, ng New Zealand. So, make sure na meron kayong written agreement. Usually, ang mga written agreement, kung babasahin nyo, meron talaga siyang part na you can seek independent advice. So, if medyo concerned kayo doon sa, agreement, wala namang pipigil sa inyo na kumonsulta doon sa, like, an employment lawyer, for example. So, or kung may union, or even yung other people, kung may colleagues ka na nag-work doon, may friends
Mhm.
ka nag-work doon, you're welcome to consult them. No? So, if meron kayong doubts, feel free to do that. No?
Kahit po ba nasa Pilipinas kayo ngayon, puwede pa rin po kayong mag-entertain ng mga, consultations from New Zealand itself?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So, actually, ginagawa namin yun. Eh, lalo na with COVID, no? Parang lahat ng consultations namin are now online.
Mhm.
So, yeah, by Zoom, Google Meet, Viber, yeah.
Ayan. So, we just flashed Raphie's contact details, so you can reach her at those either their website, their Facebook page, which is Koru Adventures and Travels, as well as her email. Okay, rafaela.amat@koru.com.ph. At pwede rin niyo po siyang i-reach through her mobile number. So, any chance na mai-share din po kung is it 'pag tinawagan kayo, online, is it through Skype, Zoom, para aware din po sila?
We do have Skype, but I don't prefer it. So better, like if you wanted to get in touch with me immediately, you can message yung sa Facebook page namin, no? Um, but you can also, you can send us an email. I'm very responsive then to emails. No? Those are probably the best ways to get in touch with me. If you're in the Philippines, you could give me a call. Syempre medyo mahal, no? If you called me from overseas. But yeah, Viber, that's also a really easy way to get in touch with me.
Okay. I'd just like to do a shout out to our viewers, just to at least medyo resting 5 minutes muna tayo, 2 minutes para to breathe. So, again, shout out to Catherine Ayala, Julie May Vlogs, Adrian Jan, at shout out to Ate She. Ayan, binato na ni Trish sa akin yung ano, Ate She
Questions.
Principe of TUP and Ate Lori in Christchurch as well as Kuya Dante and Ate Lotta. So, yung mga cousin ko na nagsabi na very helpful daw kasi marami silang kaibigan na alam mo yun, takot takot maghingi ng advice kasi
Advice.
feeling nila kada hingi nila ng advice, eh, magbabayad sila. So, ginawa ko po
Mm.
'tong platform na 'to for us to engage and yung mga natatakot magtanong kasi ayaw maglabas ng, pera, ito po yung
Mhm.
tamang platform na meron tayong, expert person kasi kahit ako tanungin niyo, I will not be able to answer or conclude anything as I am not an immigration license advisor. Though nagre-research ako, alam ko yung kahit papaano masasagot ko yung tanong niyo, I would rather ask you to consult a proper licensed immigration advisor. So, yan pong mga yan, hindi kayo lolokohin sa bibigay nilang advice. Totoo lang po talaga ang ibibigay nila. So, huwag kayong ma-dishearten kapag sinabi rin nila ang totoo na I'm sorry, hindi natin pwedeng i-proceed dahil hindi tayo nagme-meet sa qualifications or requirements na hinihingi
Mm.
ni government or ni Immigration New Zealand. So, ayun. So, si Raphie ay based sa Pilipinas pero she is accepting clients all over the world. Tama po ba?
Yes, that's right. So currently meron kaming New Zealand-based clients. We also have some sa Middle East, no. At saka hindi naman siya nagiging problem. Minsan lang kailangan smart lang kami dun sa pag-arrange namin ng meeting para hindi naman this oras ng gabi. Pero
Oo, time
siguro
difference.
address ko lang yung concern na na-mention mo na takot yung mga tao to get advice. Yung initial consultations namin are still free. They've been free for several years. And a lot of that has to do with gusto namin na may experience nyo what it's like having a licensed advisor, no?
Correct.
Um,
Yes.
kasi malaki talaga yung difference, no? I think yung parang sa inyo, no? Parang yung na-mention mo is like, um, no nonsense siya. You get the truth. You can tell that you're being told the truth. And siya realistic yung picture na pinipaint sa'yo. So, ayun, parang for me din, no, parang I think ang kailangan din tandaan ng mga tao is free is not always cheaper. Kasi
Mm.
pag nagka-problema ka down the road, nag-invest ka in a school that you don't like, for example, natuloy ka, ikaw lang yung manghihinayang. Na sana nagbayad ka, like, let's say, for example, the difference niya was 25,000 pesos
Mm.
para kumuha nun sa licensed advisor versus yung agent, no? Tapos, you would have been a lot happier or nasama mo sana yung family members mo or biglang
Mm.
yung qualification mo pala, you could have led to registration in New Zealand. So, those are things na kino-consider namin as we place, no? And also, kami, no, we treat our clients like family or friends.
Mm.
So, personally, I don't do high caseload. So, hindi ako gumagawa ng daan-daan na estudyante. All of my clients I know by name. We have conversations and a lot of them talaga naging friends namin. So, parang
Kumbaga
laging may standing invitation pag pumunta ako ng New
kumbaga
Zealand.
personal, I mean, may personal touch ito. Hindi lang basta halika, mag-head ka,
Yes.
papupuntahin kitang New Zealand, ito na ang school para sa'yo, hindi. So, comparison sa quota, kung ako man ang agent ng isang agency, may number ka eh. I mean, alam natin yung mga galawan ng mga ahente kung gaano karami ang quota nila para ma-recruit versus sa licensed immigration advisor na hindi sila tumitingin sa numbers, sa quality na mapapa-approve nila. Tama po ba?
Oo. So, ano din, no? Parang, there's that. And minsan talaga sobrang specialist lang talaga nung advisors. So, minsan, ang comparison ko kasi dyan is parang accountant. Na in
Mm.
reality, pwede ka naman mag-file ng sarili mong taxes. Pero kung nasa Pilipinas ka at nagkamali ka or na-late ka ng isang araw, meron kang 20% na penalty. So, masyadong mabigat yung consequence ng pag nagkamali ka. So, ganun din siya, no, na parang sa license advisor, na ang nakukuha mo minsan is the best path. Kasi,
Mm.
um, parang sa visa categories, usually marami yan. And honestly, pwede ka mag-fit under more than one. So, yung
Mm.
job ng advisor is to tell you na ano bang pinaka-optimal sa'yo. Which
Mhm.
is again something na an agent can't necessarily do if they can't consider anything else than yung student visa. No?
Mm. Yep.
So yun yung some of the things na we talk about. And yung sa practice din namin, parang hindi rin naman namin pinipilit yung way namin. Yung definition namin ng best way depends on ano yung priority mo. For some people, speed yun. For some people, it's cost effectiveness. For some
Mhm.
people, it's yung longevity, yung maka-resident sila na yun na, sure na. So,
Mm.
depende talaga siya kung ano yung nagmamatter sa'yo.
Another question from
Yeah.
Joshua Borja from Canada. Hi tita, magkano po ba ang minimum show money for family immigration? So kung
Okay.
magde-decide silang yun, meron po ba tayong numbers na tinitignan?
Okay, so first, no, parang correct ko lang yung show money na notion. Kasi alam ko naman na yung maintenance funds usually is called show money. But in terms of New Zealand, hindi yan pwede talagang for show. Hindi siya pwedeng hiniram mo lang at ibabalik mo dun sa person. Kasi kino-consider yan yung talagang ine-evaluate ni immigration kung gaano katagal na yung pera na yan, kanino nang
Mm.
galing, yan.
Mm.
For a student, kung mag-isa ka lang, it's 15,000 New Zealand dollars a year. Now, there are additional requirements pagka may partner, tsaka may may mga anak. So, nag-vary siya kung ilan yung dependents na kasama.
Okay. So para masagot ang tanong mo, it will vary sa dependents na kasama. So I think si Joshua kung meron kang isang anak, meron ka bang figure na mabibigay, Raphie, just to have a ballpark figure?
So, no, parang if yung partner kasama, so yung husband-wife, partner, there is a work visa, tapos yun yung ina-apply, the rate is $4,800 per year.
Okay.
Per child, the thing about it, no, is yung children, like a student visa, no, for example, for a dependent child, there is no thing that is actually explicit in policy, but oftentimes they look for around 4,800, 4,000, sorry, baliktad, 4,200 yung sa partner, 4,800 yung sa
Okay. So ayan. Ito pa, meron pa. From DJ Blitz, ano po yung mas better na option to apply for residency? And in terms po sa processing, SMC or partnership?
Uh, Well, if you have a New Zealand-based partner, no, you are in a great
So,
position.
maghahanap muna siya ng
Um,
jojowahin, tropahin. Hindi,
Oo, pero matagal yun. Medyo long game yun, ah. Kaya ko nasabing long game kasi kung hindi pa kayo 12 months living together, then hindi pa kayo
ayan.
qualified for residence. So, long game yun. Pero if partner mo naman talaga na siya, let's say for example, wala kayo sa New Zealand, nasa Pilipinas kayo, dito nagli-live together talaga kayo, matagal na kayo, pwedeng diretsong ano na yan, partnership. Partnership has its advantages. The health screening is different. Mas mababa yung thresholds niya. And yung ano niya, yung queue niya, I think is actually separate. You're not in the same SMC queue. Although it still is a bit longer, no. Hindi siya ganun kabilis yung process.
Paano yung nandito na nakatrabaho na on their work visa, tapos nakakilala ng Kiwi, tapos gaano katagal po sila magsama bago siya ma-sponsoran ng kanyang partner na dito niya na nakilala?
Depende, no? Kung for residents, 12 months pa rin, regardless of where you met. Pero
Okay.
kung temporary entry, wala siyang minimum. But kailangan i-prove nyo na genuine and stable your relationship.
Okay. So that
So
means
mahirap siyang gawin, no? Kung parang 1 week pa lang kayo, mahirap i-prove yun.
so hindi naman kailangan nakasal dahil ino-honor pa rin nila hanggang ngayon ng de facto o yung pag
Yes, that's
nagsasama
correct.
at syempre LGBT.
That's correct.
Ayan, pasok ang LGBT diyan sa process na 'yan. So, dahil pasok kami ni Trish. Ayan. So, to wrap up, gusto lang namin malaman, on your point of view, worth it ba sila mag-risk on student pathway?
Mm. Um, Depends eh, no? Parang, kasi syempre, if I spoke from yung sarili kong experience, oo. Ako kasi, yung opportunities ko, di ba na-mention ko na I have a graduate diploma from New Zealand. Sobrang nag-iba yung opportunities ko. I think na-mention ko to sa'yo, April, no? Na in the past 6 months, I probably have gotten about 3 job offers from overseas. Pero syempre, I know na medyo exceptional yung situation ko kasi very niche yung work, no? Sobrang specific ng work and parang over a decade na ako working with New Zealand visas. But I think, parang even in your situation, parang nakikita mo na you're living in New Zealand, you seem to be enjoying it. So I think the question of whether it's worth it depends on how much you're willing to risk and what's really available to you. Kasi 'di ba kung parang hindi mo naman talaga afford yung student pathway, kasi aaminin natin dapat na mahal talaga siyang
Mahal
gawin 'no.
talaga siya.
Hindi siya yung parang ano, magtipid ka lang ng pagkain mo ng isang buwan, kaya na,
Kung
hindi siya gano'n.
para malaman nila, meron kaming vlog na si Trish ang nag-narrate kung ano yung pinagdaanan namin na process. Kung paano kami nag-research, gaano kalaki yung inipon namin, ni-risk namin. Kasi risk ito. Hindi ito guaranteed na pagkatapos mo mag-aral, makakakuha ka na ng residence. Marami kaming pinagdaanan ni Trish na to make it short, para makasurvive. Kasi kami, si Trish, pagkatapos niyang gumraduate, hindi kami namimili ng lugar kung saan kami mag-e-end up. Wala kaming point of destination na chosen destination na dito tayo. Dito ka lang dapat maghanap ng trabaho. So, i-broaden natin yung ilawakan natin yung pag-iisip natin sa mga opportunities or i-embrace natin na kahit saan pwede tayo. Actually, yung mga nasa province or doon pa talaga nagkakaroon ng opportunity para makapag-settle.
That's true.
Walang masyadong tao doon. Puro bata, sheep talaga yung mga nakikita mo more than the people itself. Ayun.
So, parang siguro yung whether or not something is worth it goes back to ano ba yung bina-value nyo. Kasi there are things na talagang worth it sa New Zealand kung sa cost perspective. Like, kung isipin natin, no, yung parang yung coverage sa health, for example. And those are things na not necessarily kailangan resident ka para ma-access. So if, for example, yung work visa mo is at least 2 years, so some people on post-study work visas will already become eligible for publicly funded health, no? Syempre, hopefully, hindi naman magkasakit yung mga tao. Pero the point being na if that's something that matters to you, sulit siya. If, for example, you have kids and then may certain kasi na situations na yung mga bata can study in New Zealand na walang tuition fees. So,
Yan.
lahat sila international education. Sulit yun.
So, kahit naka-student visa at nagdala ka ng mga anak mo, kung student visa, covered ba sila ng education, free education ng New Zealand?
Hindi sila, kailangan dependent sila ng worker. So, kung walang student na dependent of a student, no? Walang student visa dependent of a student. But there are situations na if you take the right course, if your family meets the requirements para maging eligible, there's a way na yung mga bata can become eligible for domestic status.
Pero
so, di ba?
Hindi sila covered ng healthcare ng New Zealand. So, kailangan mo kumuha rin ng sarili mong insurance. Okay.
Yes.
Just to be clear.
So, highly recommended yun. Lalo na, even if the dependents, no? Kasi minsan yung dependents, hindi pa sila immediately nagiging qualified for yung public health. I would strongly recommend insurance kasi mahal magkasakit doon without the insurance.
Yes, yes. And after nila mag-aral on the post-study work visa, kung 3 years ang ibinigay ni New Zealand sa'yo, automatic covered ka ng healthcare ng New Zealand.
Yes, kung 3 years, oo.
Okay. Kasama dito ang pag-aaral din ng inyong mga anak.
Yes.
Okay.
So, let's say for example, no, you got a 3-year post-study work visa, yung dependents mo na-extend din sila by 3 years, yung mga bata na school age, pwede rin sila mag-aral. Student visas yun for 3 years. So, kung gano'n, no, parang kung ako tatanungin mo sa cost, sulit yun. Kasi international education yung mga bata ng ganun katagal. Plus pa yung sayo na nag-open lahat ng opportunities. And syempre, kung yung objective mo rin is yung skilled migrant, no, there are certain qualifications na talagang mag-earn ng points na higher. So, if for example, nag-take ka nung masters mo in New Zealand, you get more points for that. So, versus yung bachelor lang. So, minsan din yung bachelor sa Philippines, no, parang hindi siya nag-qualify for that many points. Minsan yung assessment niya, mababa yung points na na-allocate. So, that's a good way na patasin mo yung points mo para umabot kayo.
Okay.
I think, siguro, last thing lang is, in reality, ang education, like ang tertiary education, whether in the Philippines or sa New Zealand, it's really an investment. So, kunwari, di ba, pag yung parents mo, tinulungan ka with yung tuition, di ba, they send you to, let's say, UST or Ateneo, wala namang guarantee na makakakuha ka ng trabaho nun. Pero, nag-i-invest talaga sila sa'yo in the hope na it's going to set you up for yung future mo. So, ganun din siya in New Zealand. There is no direct pathway to residence pag gamit mo yung yung student. Merong student, yung study to work, merong ganun na pathway, pero walang study to residence. But the hope is, no, lalo na if you're taking those programs na 3 years yung post-study work visa, siguro naman sa 4 na taon or maybe at least 4 years na nasa New Zealand ka, nataguyod mo na yung sarili mo na kaya mo na siyang gawin.
Yes. Diba? Yes. Ayan. So, sa mga nagbabalak mag-aral sa New Zealand, huwag kayong matakot na mag-approach din sa isang New Zealand licensed advisor kasi hindi ako nagpo-push na sila ang piliin nyo. May option tayo. So, we're giving you options right now on what works best for you. Kung sabi nga nila, meron akong susunod na vlog na i-release tungkol sa bakit siya nag-agency or bakit siya nag-licensed immigration advisor. So, bibigyan nila yung mga point of view nila bakit. So, tayo po dito ngayon ay nagbibigay lang mga options. So, kung kami ni Trish nagawa namin on our own, dahil ako po ay maraming time magbasa, mag-research, ungkatin lahat, magtanong-tanong. Ginawa ko po 'yan on my own at meron din po mga tao na dahil nagtatrabaho sila, may mga business silang inaasikaso, may anak silang inaalagaan, sabay-sabay hindi nila maasikasong mag-dig deeper para maghanap ng kasagutan kung tama nga po ba ang student pathway. So we all have Oo. So, naghahanap tayo ng ating lahat ng paraan para makadali yung ating buhay. So, kung meron tayong tamang funds, prepared na funds, nakapag-prepared po tayo, I think hindi tayo mahihirapan kung mag-consult talaga tayo sa mga professional people or expert people like the New Zealand licensed immigration advisor.
Yeah,
Ayan.
I think
So,
siguro last bit ko lang din for yung parang what you need if you're studying. Um Kasi di ba yung na-mention mo yung funds. Funds are super important. But there's also something else. Kasi there are two primary reasons why student visas get declined. One is funds. The second thing is called bona fides. So proving that you're a genuine student. Oh.
okay.
So for some people, they don't really think of this, no? Kasi parang how often naman natin ginagamit yung term na bona fide, di ba? To describe ourselves. But there are certain people na I would strongly recommend na kumuha kayo ng advisor. So if, for example, you're changing industries, the likelihood na mahihirapan kayo with immigration is very high. So I would suggest na you approach a licensed advisor if you're doing that. Kasi medyo kumbaga nasa at risk ka na. Kasi yun it's one of the two common reasons talaga kung bakit
meron kasing mga agency, Raphie, na parang, dahil alam nilang, kayang maglabas ng pera, ipipilit nila na, kung yan ang natapos mo, pwede ka rin sa ganitong course at makakapag-residency ka rin. Pero hindi nila nililinaw dun sa mga kliyente nila na ito ang pathway, hihingan ka ng work experience. Yung ganun ba? Gusto nila easy client. So, walang clarity kung ano yung pathway ng nire-recruit.
Ako naiintindihan ko talaga yan. Again, babalik tayo dun sa situation ng financial incentive, no? Kasi malaki yung loss pagka yung client hindi tumuloy. So parang for them, it's better to make their lives easy, not necessarily ano yung best nung sa client. Ako naman, yung approach ko is what's best for the client is ano ba talagang gusto nilang gawin, no? In New Zealand, yun yung starting natin na point. Kahit mahirap siya gawin immigration-wise. Kasi trabaho ko yun kaya mo ako binabayaran. I advocate your case. So what I do is I work with you para strong yung case mo, no? Pero kasi kunwari, passion mo talaga magluto Parang hindi mo na talaga kaya yung day job mo. Finally, yung parang, or meron kaming clients na malaki na yung kids nila. They're old enough. So finally, pwede na siya bumalik ng school. Pwede niya na ituloy yung gusto niyang gawin. Hindi na siya yung parang kailangan i-balance niya talaga with taking care of the kids all the time, ganyan. So, medyo magbabago siya ng track. And because a person like that is a bit older, medyo mas mahirap yun, no? Yung parang showing yung interest mo in that new field. So, yun yung trabaho ko. That's what that's what I specialize in. Parang, a lot of our clients are people who have run into problems with immigration. Either na-decline na sila. Some ng clients namin, parang 3 times na na-decline. And then, we were able to get them visas. Yung iba naman, they already got letters from immigration na kumbaga parang pre-decline na. And then, some people naman, gusto lang nila umiwas dun sa stress ng lahat ng yun, no? So, parang, you get a licensed advisor for different reasons. Pero if gusto mo yung parang meron kang peace of mind, gusto mo hindi stressful yung buhay mo, or you minimize yung stress ng process. Kasi di ba stressful mag-apply ng visa?
Stressful!
Sobrang stressful.
Doon pa lang sa preparation ng requirements, habang nagtatrabaho ako, nag-aasikaso ako ng mga requirements, left, right, center, ano ba yun, kukuha ka ng requirements from Singapore to experience namin. So, kailangan ko kumuha ng NBI, kailangan ko kumuha ng medical, so kailangan ko mag-leave sa trabaho, kailangan kong isipin yung mga taong sinusuportahan ko sa Pilipinas kasi hindi naman pwedeng huminto yung mga obligasyon namin dahil nagbabayad din ako ng mortgage sa Pilipinas ng bahay ko. So, iniisip ko yung cost na yun. Pag nagpunta ba ako ng New Zealand, sino magbabayad nun? May prepared funds ba ako para makover yung 1 year na ako lang ang nagtatrabaho sa aming dalawa? Okay? Just to give you a good example, nagtatrabaho ako from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. Dumating sa point na 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. ang trabaho ko every day to cover all my expenses living in New Zealand and in the Philippines to support families. Okay, 2 families ang sinusupport namin on top of the mortgage that I'm paying. So, hindi titingnan nyo ang priorities nyo bago kayo magdesisyon sa buhay na gumastos ng ganong kalaki.
Alam mo, that reminds me of a story I heard na meron din akong kakilala no, na parang nag-move din sila. Student din, although a bit different kasi nabigyan ng scholarship, no? Pero may point na dumating sila mag-asawa na tumitingin sila dun sa dinidiscard na pantry items ng mga neighbors nila. So, naka-box naman, so malinis. Tapos parang, garbage na kasi
Pulutin, oo.
nasa curb na eh.
Nasa bin na
So,
eh,
hindi na parang titignan nila yon na parang, okay pa to, ganyan. So, and I think yung encouragement ko sa mga tao is not naman na parang New Zealand is a terrible place to be a migrant. Pero honestly, if you're being a migrant anywhere, expect mo difficult talaga yung, lalo na the first few days.
Yes.
Kasi kahit naman parents ko, pinagdaanan nila when they went to a different country. So, honestly, most of the time, lalo na if you don't have a good job that you're moving into, so like it's a pre-arranged thing, yun talaga yung madadatnan mong sort of experience.
For example, expectation-wise, manager ako sa Pilipinas. Sinama ako ng asawa ko na student. Don't expect na ang level of work na makuha mo parehas na manager din dito kasi iba ang assessment nila ng overseas experience sa pagkuha nila ng mga workers or employers. So, handa mo na yung sarili mo na baka nga toilet cleaner ang una kong landingan, magkaroon lang ako ng trabaho. So, huwag tayong masyadong mag-expect na manager ang gusto ko, manager din dapat ang makuha ko sa New Zealand. Hindi po ganun. At nakita na rin po namin yan based on experience. So, just to give you an example, si Tita Trish, okay? Naranasan niyo po as a student na magkaroon ng side job, naglinis ng toilet. So, hindi po bago yan sa mga trabaho ng students. So, dadaanan yan ang mahirap humanap ng 20 hours worth of job. Kasi yun lang ang allowed na hours habang ikay naging student. Tama po ba?
Yes, I think, na parang when you're on a student visa, tapos part-time lang yung work rights mo, no? Ganun talaga yung expect mo. Difficult to find a really nice job kasi ikaw, hindi ka available for full-time work.
Yes.
And I think, parang minsan tayo, dahil dun sa kultura natin, feeling natin nakakahiya yung ganong klaseng work. Pero wala namang problem dun. Marangal naman yung work. And I think medyo parang helpful na isipin natin siya from yung perspective ng Kiwi, no? Na kahit naman ng university student na Kiwi, nagtatrabaho sa cafe, sa kung saan-saan.
Na kahit anong trabaho, gagawin nila.
Ginagawa din talaga nila yun. So, hindi naman yung parang migrante kang inaalipusta doon. Kasi kahit sila, yun yung experience nila. So, may kaibigan ako na lahat na ng trabaho ginawa niya. So, Kiwi siya, no? Na parang nagtrabaho siya yung parang medyo dangerous na sila yung nagme-maintain ng parks kasi yung parts na hindi kaya abutin, inaakyat nila. Meron yun, nag-work siya sa yung nagbo-butcher siya, yung dun sa frozen work. So, nag-work siya inside the freezer all day. So, kaya kahit sila gumagawa ng hirap.
Saludo ako sa mga estudyante na nakakapagpatunay na hindi madali ang maging, hindi madali ang buhay sa abroad. Lalo na kung ikaw ay nagsisimula pa lang. Lahat dadaan ka sa butas ng karayong.
Tsaka ano din, yung nandun din yung element ng kailangan prepared ka na ma-homesick. Part talaga yun.
Yan, yes.
Kasi 'pag hindi ka yung type kasi 'di ba parang 'pag first time mo mag-overseas 'no, hindi mo na-realize kung gaano ka-real yung ano, yung homesickness. Minsan maiiyak ka na lang tapos parang ayaw mo na. Pero
Mm.
kaya kailangan very ano ka, committed na type ng tao 'no, para talagang ituloy-tuloy mo siya.
Okay. Ayan. Thank you so much again for our viewers tonight. So, last word of advice from Rafi. Just maybe you can encourage them on seeking immigration license. Any last words from you or any shout outs for your friends who are watching?
Yeah. Siguro last bit of advice is, um yeah, don't be afraid to ano, to ask questions. So there are people like me who aren't gonna charge you, no? Hindi siya parang metro na we're gonna charge you for every minute. Kasi it's a big decision na yung hinaharap mo. So find out ano talaga if it's something na you wanna do kasi tsaka it's gonna take over the next couple years of your life. Hindi siya yung something na medyo gagawin mo lang on the side. It's
Mm,
gonna affect all your decisions for the next couple of years. So important
right.
yun. Um, in terms of shout outs, first of all, I really wanted to thank the titas for having me. I really had fun today. Also, just wanted to say hi to yung mga ano, friends natin, yung Pinoys in Christchurch, some of the Filipinos in Qatar, and yung Pinoy Kiwi community.
Okay. So, shout out from my side. So, Pochi, Ringo, Jael, and Tay, Irma, and nurses and doctors of ACE Medical Center in Quezon City. So, ayan. Alam ko, ayan ang iniintay nila at uulit-ulitin nila to at may mga parts silang kukunin, lalo na ang contact info mo. Angel and Sheldon in Masterton and Lyra from Auckland. Jay Divina, Arnold of Pau Liniment. Ayan. Yan ang mga hinihintay natin na nag-approve na sponsors ni Tita ang Pau Liniment. And syempre sa'yo, Rafi, as well as our friends from Canada, my friends from W to W, si Ma'am Catherine Ayala and Ma'am Jan V. Kayo po ay solid na supporter ng Titas of the South. At inuulit ko, thank you so much for the people who gave their time. And if you have any questions, ayan po, feel free to contact Rafi directly. Our aim today is support everyone on their endeavors. Kahit ano pang business yan, as long as makakatulong tayo, ang Titos of the South ay laging nandyan. We have already also done projects like the bond paper drive, and I must say it was very successful, lalo na sa ating donor na nagbigay na additional na tulong. Malaking tulong po 'yun para sa mga teachers natin. At lalo na sa mga teachers from Laguna, from Leyte, from Bukidnon na alam ko nanonood din sila at manonood sila mamaya dahil sila ay may ginagawang mga modules ngayon. So shout out po sa inyo at sana po nakatulong po ang Titas of the South at ang ating mahal na donor sa mga students na walang internet at computer ngayon. And sabi nga ni Tita Trish, ayan, sinasabi niya na we're still accepting donations para po sa aming second at third batch ng mga teachers na bibigyan. So, thank you so much again. Ayan, Ma'am Rafi, or Rafi, thank you.
Thank you
Ayan, si
din.
Tita Trish ay nagwa-wave
Hello!
ngayon. Dito ka, hindi ka makita.
S lang, S.
Ayan. So, remind to all new viewers, you can like and subscribe our video. And next week, Sunday, August 30, we will be featuring a real talk session with Kyla Cruz regarding Australian migration. So, siya ang licensed immigration advisor naman na nakabase sa Australia right now. So, she's also a scholastican, a kulasa in that matter. So, me and Rafi and Kyla are batchmates or schoolmates from grade school to high school. Tama ba, Rafi? From grade
I
school,
think so, yeah. Oo.
oh, from
Since grade
prep
1,
to
grade
high
1 ako.
school. Oo. Ayan. So, thank you so much. Titas of the South will be signing off. Tita Trish, any
Yes, abangan
message?
niyo po yung aming project in the next coming days. Supporting online sellers. So, yun
Oh, can you
po.
repeat
And
that? Hindi siya masyado rinig.
we have a project called Support Local PH. So ito yung mga
Ah,
um, pagsuporta natin sa mga online sellers sa Pilipinas. So, surprise po namin
ooh,
kayo kung sino-sino
that
yan.
sounds
So,
good.
alam na
Yeah.
nila. Ayan. And any last?
If I could just shout
Oh,
out one last
sure.
thing, we are supposed to launch our YouTube channel for Koru, or Kuru next week.
Yes.
So I think our channel is Koru. That's KORU_PH. So if na-enjoy niyo tong video na to, you found it really helpful, we're gonna be releasing a series of videos. Now we also answer questions. So if you have questions, send them in then by email para it might get featured in one of the videos. But if not, we're also gonna do videos on different kinds of visas, no? Parang basic things that you should know.
Okay. Special mention sa aking Mommy Jean, kay January Marie at kay Axel Rome na patuloy din sumusuporta sa Titas of the South. Ayan ang mga pamangking ko at aking mommy na laging ito ang gawin mo, maganda yung ginagawa mo. Pat on the back is always good. So, thank you so much sa aming mga friends din na nanonood. Alright, so thank you again and have a lovely Sunday. Signing
Bye,
off.
everyone.
Bye, everyone. Bye.